up, guys? I'm Mike from StockedUp, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. We have a lot of information to go over in today's video. In this video, we're going to go over all the news that happened over the weekend and all the plays that we are watching in the market for this week. So I know a lot of you guys already know this, but Trump contracted COVID last week, so he tested positive, and that definitely impacted the market. So the markets fell off of that news. So we're going to be talking about our opinions on that situation and what plays we are eyeing out for that catalyst. But we do have a lot of important news that happened over the weekend. So make sure you guys watch this video at the end to hear all the news and all the plays for this week. And if you guys aren't subscribed already, don't forget to subscribe to see our daily videos on your YouTube homepage every single day. But let's get right into it, Tom. So what happened over the weekend?
Yeah, the big news was that Trump contracted the coronavirus on, I believe this was Thursday night heading into Friday, and it really has impacted the markets pretty greatly. And a lot of analysts are out saying that right now, Trump's COVID-19 case could raise the odds of more stimulus. President Trump getting the virus only helped strengthen the chances of a bill getting passed, CNBC says. And Trump even tweeted this weekend and said to get it done in all caps on Twitter. And that's pretty crazy to see, and I really think that they're going to start trying to work a lot more at getting this done. And I think that him getting the virus puts a lot of pressure on his administration to actually maybe relax some of what they want in the bill so that they can actually get this passed, because him getting the virus I don't think it looks too good. And obviously he wants to do something about it, so that he can get his numbers back up, because right now in the polls, he's also down by 14 points. You can see on the bottom right-hand screen. It says Biden leads Trump by 14 points nationally a month from election day. So we are 1 month away and Trump is down 14 points right now. And that's just crazy to see. I don't know what to think right now. The market doesn't know what to think either. It's been flat over the past few days, and it's just one of those crazy times. And this week is going to be all about the news, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we're not trying to get political or anything like that, but we're just talking about how this impacts the market. So we've already had a crazy 2020, like in the world, but also in the stock market. And especially September, this past September, we've had a very volatile market. And I've been saying this a lot last week, and I'm going to say it again this week, is we're in for a lot more volatility. So we're in for a lot more huge swings. Right now, Dow futures are up 130 points, which is about 0.5%, but they're starting to fall down. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up lower by market open. They can definitely end up higher too. But the point is that there's a lot of volatility right now, and a lot, like Tom said, will come from news. Like nobody could have predicted that Trump was going to test positive on Thursday night last week, and send the markets shooting down. So we're in for a lot of volatility, a lot of news-based moves. So what else happened over the weekend?
Yeah, there's actually a really good economic calendar put out by Market Watch that I threw up on the screen here. And we can see that Monday, October 5th, we're going to have market services PMI, but the big stuff is going to be Tuesday. They're going to release trade deficit numbers at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. And the previous deficit was negative $63.6 billion. And this is going to be a pretty big number, as a lot of people just really like to see our trade deficit. And obviously, if you can lower that deficit, the better for the president or for whoever's in office at the time or whatever. And also, we're going to have job openings. Wednesday is going to be the FOMC meetings minutes. And then Thursday, we're going to have initial jobless claims. So there's quite a bit going on this week. And also, there's going to be a lot of news coming out with the bill, obviously. And that's going to be the big news. But also the trade deficit numbers and the initial jobless claims are going to be pretty big as well. But Mike, what's up with the FOMC meeting minutes?
Yeah, so as most of us know, the FOMC meetings are pretty important. It gives a lot. They talk a lot about just the economy overall and what the Federal Reserve is doing to look out for the economy. And the FOMC meetings are very important. However, the FOMC minutes version, which is what we have on Wednesday, it's not as important. It's kind of like a preview to the main event, like the FOMC meeting. So on Wednesday, we do have the FOMC minutes, but it's not like crazy important. Like they talk about some important factors and numbers for the economy, but it's not like it's like the original, like the regular main event FOMC meeting. So keep that in mind.
Yep.
And
And
then
also, US auto sales fell by 9.7% in quarter three, but they're saying the news isn't all that bad. And really, whenever you see some of these companies had to even shut their factories down a few months ago, and for them to only be down 9.7% in the auto world is pretty big, considering cars are pretty big purchases for people. And it's just good to see news for these automakers like General Motors, Ford, Volkswagen, and all these other companies. It's really good news. And I know that a 9.7% drop seems bad, but in these times, that's not terrible.
yeah, and then I know Tesla, like they their sales dropped in one of the quarters. I forgot the exact one, but they at the Tesla shareholder event, they were comparing Tesla's quarterly sales compared to like all these other car manufacturers, and Tesla was doing the best out of them all. So
Yeah, I mean,
that,
I could see it. I love Tesla, and really, I mean, I think that they're only going to go up from here. I mean, I'm not saying the stock's going to go up, but at least their company and their sales, I think, are going to go up. And they've had a lot of problems in the past with actually getting sales across. Like they had production problems with their cars and things like that. So, really, it's nice to see that they're starting to actually get productive in sales. And a lot of people used to say that Tesla was a negative company. And you can even go back on their earnings reports and see that, they were negative on their earnings for a long time until very recently. And it's just nice to see them finally advancing, and their stock price is showing it also.
yeah, and I think it really helps the company with their stock price being up, especially for like financing. Like I believe they did like a share offering in the past couple months, and it just helps the company. So that's good to see, and I'm sure Tesla is only going to go up from here. Was there any other news over the weekend?
There wasn't too much huge news, no.
Okay, cool. So now for the Discord member of the day. And today's member of the day is Square Shape Cloud. So, Tom, if you want to pull up his post on the Discord. So, he's new to trading and he had a pretty great week last week. And he said, thanks for all the help, everyone. He grew his account by 115% this past week. He's just in the free Discord. So, shout out to you and great job growing your account. Just make sure to have risk management strategies in place. It's amazing to double your account in a week, but just be careful in these times because we are in for a very volatile week in I would say the next couple months. So just make sure you have those risk management strategies in place because you definitely don't want to lose the money that you already made, and that's what a lot of people end up doing. So just make sure you have your risk defined and you don't take any don't over leverage or anything like that on any plays, and you'll be good to go. So great job with that. And now for tomorrow's momentum plays. And the first one is PayPal, PYPL to the downside. What levels should we be watching?
Yeah, go ahead and watch for them to fall below $189 even.
All right, so if we break below that, we are eyeing it to the downside. Next, we have ATVI again to the downside.
Yeah, this took a huge swing on Friday. Just make them break below 78 even.
All right, if we break below that, we're also eyeing it to the downside. And last but not least, Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla, this one's to the downside. Also, make them break 407.50. And this really does not look good for Tesla on an intraday chart.
No, it really doesn't. I was actually looking at their daily too. As of right now, it's definitely not looking good for Tesla, but futures are up. Dow futures are up about 0.5% right now. Let's take a look at NASDAQ futures. They're up about 0.7%. So that's good to see. And then we have ES futures up about 0.5%. So, we'll see what happens by the morning, but overall, we are expecting a volatile week. And now for the unusual options activity for tomorrow. And we are looking at the Boeing 170 strike call options that expired this Friday, October 9th. And there was about $10.5 million put into this play. Looking at Boeing, had a pretty good day on Friday. It wasn't up a ton. It was only up about 0.1%. However, it gapped down and actually just surged up pretty much all day. And I think that's a pretty good sign. So we'll see what happens, but futures are up. So just keep your eye on on Boeing. Considering it's the 170 strike calls, it's only $2 out of the money. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we did see a move up with Boeing, but with unusual options activity, especially in this volatile market, you just have to really wait for confirmation before jumping in the play, if you do at all. What do you think of Boeing?
Yeah, I actually like it. I like the way it's set up on Friday. It's like a nice stair-stepping play, and I think that if it could just can continue to break that high of Friday, then I think that we could have a play on it. Like you said, just don't go jumping into the play, obviously, but they're only $2 out of the money on these calls. That's pretty close, and I really think that they were at least longing this, unless obviously they were shorting these calls. But I really don't think they are, being only $2 out, given how volatile Boeing is, because Boeing definitely moves more than $2 within a day. That's for sure.
Right, exactly, exactly. So now for our comments from the previous episode. And with the first comment, we have Randy saying, what do you think of RMG merger? So looking at the stock, it looks pretty good. They had a lot of volume come in on Friday. I have not researched this merger. I've actually never even heard of this company, but just due to the nature of the stock, I mean, I wouldn't call this a penny stock because it's not a penny stock, but these merger companies, these acquisition companies have been running a lot lately. And
What's the ticker on it again?
RMG. So
RMG. Okay.
yeah. So these companies have been running a lot lately, but it's all hype. Like I don't know. I don't love the setup overall. It can be good for like a momentum trade or like a high risk, high reward type play, but I don't know. I don't love the setup.
What's that other acquisition company like this that did this recently? I think it was like Tortoise.
LL. However, they just merged with HYLN. So it's actually HYLN, but it was previously SHLL. So, these acquisition companies or holding companies have been running lately, but it's just a high risk, high reward type play. And it's more of a gamble than anything else, in my opinion. And RMG is not even that liquid. So I don't know. Personally, I would stay away from it, but it depends on your risk tolerance. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks really crazy how the volume came in at the end of the day whenever that news was announced. Also, it's just one of those things that's it's going to definitely fly, but just keep in mind that if you get caught at the wrong end of this, it can go against you really quickly. And sometimes with these types of things, like, if you're trading options, I'm not even sure they have options on this, but if you were trading options on this and it's only 11 a share and it flies down to 10 a share within 5 minutes, that options pricing is just going to get killed.
Yep. All right. With the next comments, let's take a look. All right. We have a lot of people asking about Trump and COVID. So obviously, when he tested positive, the markets fell, right? And the media was obviously trying to make it sound as worse as possible, like normally the media does. But I think if his symptoms get worse, then I would think that would continue to negatively affect the markets. But if he recovers quickly and everything, and he just just like beats the virus, you could say, I think that the markets should come back up. But I think a lot of it just depends on other catalysts in the markets too. Like, for example, like if Trump like let's say he gets slightly worse, right? But then they pass a stimulus bill. Like I would expect the markets to go up. Like I'm not just expecting the markets to go up or down solely based off of Trump, but if he does recover, I would expect the markets to go up. If he gets worse, I would expect them to go down. What do you think?
Yeah, and there was a lot of info out this weekend saying that he actually was in pretty bad condition on Friday, and they even had to give him like a mask and everything like that. And he came out and even said that he learned a lot about the virus ever since he's gotten it. So I'm not sure if this is going to really change his position on this virus or anything, but I would think that it would really help get a bill passed quicker. Since he's had the virus, maybe he'll understand that it hurts, or that it's fatiguing, or he'll just understand the pain more obviously now that he's had it. And it's just one of those things that once you've had the virus and you actually understand it, I think you'll actually believe in it more than if you don't have the virus. A lot of people a lot of people don't even think the virus is real. So, it's a pretty touchy subject whenever we talk about the virus, and we're not trying to get political or anything, but it's just one of those things that it's going to move the markets. But just keep in mind that the stimulus bill is definitely going to be a lot more of a news factor than Trump's health. I don't really see Trump's health affecting the markets too much, obviously, unless he starts to get in like a really bad condition or something like that. Then I think the markets could get affected. But as long as he says that, maybe if he comes out with optimism and even says that, hey, the virus wasn't too bad, I had a little bit of problems, but after I was on a breathalyzer for a few days, I was fine, or something like that. If he has optimism, then it could be good for the markets. But I'm expecting him to honestly have some regrets on his past decisions with this.
I don't know. I mean, I see different headlines every time I go on all these news sources. Some say he's doing bad, some say he's doing good.
Yeah,
Everyone has
exactly.
different information. So I think the best way to take it is to look at the market day by day. We're in a very volatile market, we're in a volatile year, and there's just so many variables. It's just hard to say anything right now because, especially coming into the elections, and then with the coronavirus stimulus bill being passed, and then just the market's craziness overall this year, I think that it's best to just go day by day and assess, each day differently, and we'll
Yeah,
see what
definitely. I mean, I think you should do that too. There's just so much craziness, and right now with the news, you never know what's going to happen. Like imagine, look at this night right here on /ES. This is whenever they announced that Trump got the virus. Okay, nobody knew this was going to happen, but imagine all the traders who tried to swing SPY calls overnight this night. It's going to kill those options, and that news, you never know what's going to happen. So if you're trying to swing options overnight, it could really affect things. And I feel bad for all the traders who were trading SPY whenever he got announced with that virus at midnight.
Yep, I mean, it's just a part of the market. This is why risk management is so important, especially in the next couple months. And with the next comment, we have Daryl saying Overstock was on fire. So OSTK, let's take a look. Oh yeah, they took a beating on Friday. Actually, they're down about 7%, but they had an amazing day on Thursday. So what do you think of OSTK?
Yeah, it looks awesome. It seems like there's a pretty big resistance up there around $85, which is where they hit and then fell Thursday morning. And I really like this stock though on a daily chart. It has huge swings to the upside and to the downside, unfortunately. But over the past few months, it's been to the upside. And with these good sales numbers on Overstock, as long as the internet spending continues forward, then I think that Overstock will also do well. But they've gotten killed the past month. But with that huge green day on Thursday, I could see them honestly maybe heading back up to $90 this week if you want to trade it safely. But just keep in mind that that's also a pretty big move. But we do have 5 trading days.
Yeah, so OSTK, like, yes, they did get killed in August, but the thing is they went from literally $2.50 this
Yeah.
year to $128.50. So yes, they got killed in August, but they're actually doing amazing from the beginning of the year. And I think August is just a pullback. And I think if you like Overstock, I think it might be a decent time to get in. So
Yeah, I do too. It actually came down quite a bit from the top. I mean, really, if we go all the way back to the top on a daily chart, let's see how much it came down, but you could get it for about a 35% discount right now. So that's pretty good from the top.
yep. So Tom, with that being said, are there any other last minute stocks, options, or anything you're watching for the market for this week?
Yeah, the last thing I'm watching is SPCE. We've been talking about this
Not again, Tom.
for a while, and I know that it popped last week. I've been talking about it for a long time, and it seems like it's actually starting to move now. So when this stock moves, it really likes to move, and it's sitting right on this trend line. And I think that if it can break the high of 2144, which was the high of last week, I think this stock could really run this week, and you can see it really playing off this trend line even in after hours. And whenever I see things playing off the trend lines like this to the upside, it's just confirming that those trend lines were correct. So I think that if this breaks 21.44, you could see a decent run this week, but just make it break those levels, because it's one of those stocks that will go crazy either way, but just make it break 21.44. And I really think that this stock can move this week. And I'm just calling on all my space cadet guys to come in, all my millionaires, buy up this
Oh
stock,
my God.
make it go up so my calls can go up this week, please.
Oh my God. I mean, you're always calling out SPCE, but I'll say like it actually looks pretty decent this week, like you're always calling it out, but like you said, SPCE does tend to run like when it has this trend line set up. Obviously that can easily change. Like, SPCE can gap down 5% tomorrow and then the setup's gone. So it's like it's not like it's a done deal, but as of how it looks right now, it looks like a good setup, but that can change in a matter of minutes, especially in this market. So if you guys consider playing SPCE, just make sure that you have risk management strategies in place, and setups can change like literally in minutes, especially in this market. Any bad catalyst can make the stock go the other way.
And there was actually a good catalyst that came out about them this weekend. Bank of America put out an article that said that they expect the space industry to triple to like, $3 trillion over the next 10 years. So at least that was some good news for them. But like you said, you'll just have to see Monday morning, because it could go either way.
Yep. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys so much for all the comments, the likes, and the new subscribers. If you guys aren't subscribed already, don't forget to subscribe to see our daily videos on your YouTube homepage every single day. There's a video every single day, so make sure you subscribe. And if you guys have any questions, let us know in the comments down below. And if you guys want to try out the options day trading bot, you can click the stocked up options alerts link in the description down below. But like I said, any comments, let us know in the comments down below. Other than that, thanks for watching.